Hi, I'm John Havermeyer with Synergy Builders, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about decks. This COVID pandemic has really led to a lot of lifestyle changes for people where they're starting to really spend time living in their houses as opposed to just visiting their houses. Outdoor living has been one of those components that people have embraced and are starting to do a lot more of that. So I wanted to take a couple of minutes today to talk about options and products. There's a couple of different types of products on the market. One is going to be composite and the other one's going to be PVC. And of course there's wood and metal and everything else, but today we're going to just be focusing on those two products. One is AZEK and the other one is TimberTech. And they're both owned by the same parent company, but they have a couple of different unique properties. TimberTech has a pretty good color variety that represents wood and a wood tone very much, and offers a little bit more of an entry-level price point, up to mid-level price point. AZEK is actually a PVC decking, and you've probably heard a lot of different buzzwords, composite decking and PVC, and the big difference between the two is that a composite deck has wood fibers within the structure itself, and a PVC is not going to be that way, and it's a lot lighter. PVC is a lot lighter and retains a lot less heat, but it is going to be a little bit more expensive. Both of these products are encapsulated, meaning that they have a top skin around it, which that's where the color sits. Generally speaking, the finish, texture, color, and variegation of the colors is what's going to lead to the price differences, because each one of these lines has a good, better, best, or actually they're all the same quality, but they offer different price points based on color variegation and visual interest. The most important thing that really sets these kind of man-made products aside from a wood traditional product is that they're going to be a lot lower maintenance and they're going to be a lot safer underfoot. And when I say low maintenance, with a wood deck you have to stain it and seal it every few years, but with a composite or a PVC deck you just have to wash it every couple of years, and you never really have to worry about splintering or rot or anything like that, because these actually come with a 30-year warranty for the AZEK and a 25-year warranty for the TimberTech. And with the warranties, they're resistant to fading and splitting and corrosion and everything that you're going to have to worry about. And it's just one of those things that we have so much going on in our life, one less thing to worry about. Moving on to rails, there are a few different categories that rails fall into. One of the materials used is like a natural or wood rail, and then there's a composite rail, and an up-and-coming rail product that's being used a lot is the aluminum rails. Distinct differences between the two. Aluminum is going to be a little bit more expensive, but it has the ability to be much lower profile, meaning that the balusters and the rail itself can be thinner, meaning that it's easy to see through it and a much cleaner line of sight. They really are becoming a lot more available than they have in the years past, but sometimes the small, sleek profiles don't fit. If you have a very large deck, this rail might look a little bit small. So a composite rail oftentimes is going to be a better choice, especially if you have a very large deck area and you want some of these components to stand out and make a difference aesthetically. So now that the kids are back to school and you have some time to yourself and time to think, it's the perfect time to start thinking about next spring's project. Whenever you're considering a major renovation project like this, think at least 5 to 6 months in advance when you anticipate starting the project, to start getting on the radar of who you are interviewing and deciding to build this nice structure for yourself. Anytime somebody comes to me in the spring and says, can you build it in the spring? I'm always the bearer of bad news. And unfortunately, most contractors are booked up really far in advance for spring work, because that's when everybody wants the work done and that's when the weather breaks. So if you're considering a project like this for next spring or next summer, start early and meet with your contractors as soon as you can, because a lot of planning goes a long way. Thanks again for joining us.